Hello and welcome along to this new video. In this video I'm going to show you today what stuff I've got off my good friend Hallgos73 as subscriber mail. Now there's a bit of a story behind this one. It's not just a case of some subscriber mail was sent to my door. It was a bit more of a story to that. The backstory is that John got in touch with me a while ago and said he offered me first refusal on an item, and I said yes please, and he said we'll get that to you in a bit, later when the COVID thing is a little bit more relaxed. Well, of course, as you know, this isn't really going away anytime soon. So also what he said was, when I get this thing to you, which he offered me at a great price, he then said, well, I would like to give you some stuff as well, which is some things he's got, as maybe he's got extras of things, or he's got things he's upgraded, and he said he would like to give me these things as a subscriber mail. And rather than him putting all this thing in these things in the post, which would have cost quite a bit of money actually, I said I would come past his house the other night on Friday and I would pick it up. So the other night I did go and get it, and I picked all this stuff up, and what I did was I unboxed it on the Friday night. This is Sunday morning that I'm recording this video, and I unboxed it. So I thought I wanted to get proper reactions to it, because I only knew one thing in it, the thing he'd offered to us, and also maybe another one of the titles that I could see on the top of the pile in this bag. So what I wanted to do was to get like an honest reaction to the stuff that he's given us. There's some great stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play now for you the bit of video that I shot on Friday night. So okay, just as a side note here, this is a picture of my good friend Hallgos73. Now, as you'll see from this, he's got an amazing, and this was taken in 2005, and this is nothing compared to what he's got now. This is just the tip of the iceberg compared to all the stuff he's got. He's got some amazing collectibles. So I would love to think that, I was talking to John, socially distancing of course, and I'd said, I'm loving to get you on my channel to do some, he says yes, he said he's up for that. We just need to get this COVID a little bit more under control, so it can get, and he can come around and make some videos. We've got plenty of things to talk about. So anyway, so that's Hallgos73. That's his collection, or a very small part of it, and I'm going to put you through to my previous video about what I unboxed a couple of days ago. So see you later. Okay, so apologies for the light. I just had to put some kind of makeshift light in here just so you can get a little bit of an idea of what you're going to see here. I wanted to make it as sort of bright as I could, but obviously I haven't got proper lights yet, so I can't do that. I haven't got any natural light because it's 6:15 now at night, but I wanted to show these rather than leaving this bag for maybe a day or two when I finish work to have a look through it. I couldn't wait till that point. Obviously I wanted to tell John what I thought of his stuff anyway, because I'm going to text him later tonight to obviously thank him for this, whether I've thanked him earlier on, as you would have found out in the introduction, to be a bit behind the story. But anyway, you're here to see what actually is in this bag. So yes, so it's a hefty old load, and to be honest, I do know what one of the things is in here, and I can see one of the titles on the top, but the rest of them I'm just going to pull out, and I'm just going to show you them what they are, so you're going to get the same sort of revelation as I am. But I've got plenty to talk about in this box. This video might be quite long, but in essence this is my reaction to what is actually in this box, and it's quite heavy as well. I'll have to put it down. So as a quick, just before that, before we went to John's house, we swapped off at the town. We had some things to sort out, so last minute presents, and my wife said to me, would you want to go in HMV and have a look around? And I said, do I really need to explain the fact that I'm addicted to buying stuff? So anyway, I went in and I found I wasn't really looking for anything massive, of course, because I knew what was coming. So I did pick up this though, Rashomon, for $6.99 on the BFI label, and it looks like as they would always be, a lovely addition there. So I was quite happy to pick that one up, and it's been on my list for a while now, and I'm sure I'm going to say, I'm definitely know that some of my subscribers, and I'm going to say Korishiro Ichi and also Johan Yulin would have probably recommended this, as probably most people would do, and it's from Akira Kurosawa, so it's got to be a good film. I have got The Seven Samurai up there, and I haven't watched it, but I have heard from the subscribers that this one's better. So anyway, that was just something I picked up in HMV, so I wanted to show you that. So the first title I'm going to pick out is Creepshow 2. Now, I would imagine most of these are shrink wrapped, as John keeps them all shrink wrapped, because these these titles are from John's personal collection, and his collection is always in mint condition. Obviously, he's a avid collector, and this is some of them. I'm going to just go through them very quickly at this point, but I'm going to go more into detail of them, to say if the region is and all that things, because I can't really see what I'm looking at. This is just to give you a flavour what's in the bag, so I can reveal it all and talk about it in another video with natural light. So Creepshow 2, the region 1 or region A release on Blu-ray from Arrow, and I would imagine I don't have any of these. So the next one, What Have They Done to Our Daughters, from Arrow, region 1. I'm going to say region 1, region A. It's all right, I've got a region A player, so, and I'm sure I'm going to, like I say, I'll go into more, I'll find out more about these. I hope not to get too much glare on this, but I haven't got this one, and I think it's a kind of, is it an unofficial sequel to What Have They Done to Solange? I'm not too sure, but this one's been on my radar for a long time. Now, I have heard, and I might be getting this wrong, that maybe if John's picked these up, this is probably the best version of this movie. It might have been trumped by a different version, or John might prefer a different version of something else, but this is What Have They Done to Our Daughters. Wow. And I'm not, these are going to be good. These are going to be good. There's no way it's going to be like Teletubbies movie or anything like that. So the next one is a DVD, The Dragon, the Hero. Now, I'm a big fan of, and I'm going to say, is this, a few people in here that I like, and also the main one that I like is Dragon Lee. Now, I've got a few of these really ultra low budget releases of Dragon Lee's films, and this one here, I've never heard of it, but I would imagine it's going to be good. It might be good in a bad way, but these releases here, I do like these releases actually, and I've got a couple down there of Dragon Lee's films, and it looks like he's got some other people in this film as well. So, yep. Wow. The next one I'm pulling out is the Blu-ray of Magic. Now it's definitely an American release, and this film is a brilliant film. If you haven't seen it, you've got to see it, because Anthony Hopkins here, getting sort of taken over by his puppet, is something to be seen, to be believed. I do like this film. Also, there's somebody, Anne Margaret, in here. She's brilliant in it. So, yep. Now, some of these are region A, but they might not be region A's. They might be sort of region zeros, because some of them do that and they do play in other things. It doesn't matter. I've got a region free player, but you can't get this in the UK. Maybe that's why John's upgraded to a UK version. I don't think he's got a region free player, but so maybe that's got something to do with it. But wow, shrink wrapped magic is magic. Some of these I have talked about with John over the past couple of months. Obviously with COVID hitting, everything's been put on hold. But maybe these are ones that some of the ones I'm thinking I haven't got no idea it was going to be in here. But this here is ones that I can remember him talking about. This next one is the 8 diagram pole fighter, and this is, wow, this is from this is the 88s. Is it any? Yes, it is the 88 films. Shaw Brothers slip cover. Now that is very unexpected. That I must admit, I do like these 88 films ones on the sort of Asian cinema collection. Some of them are a bit duff, but that's only because they're a little bit out there and they're not really sort of like what I consider true martial arts. This one looks a really good film. I think I know who the star in it. I'm going to say is in the 36 Chambers of Shaolin. It might be. I'm just, the light's not great in here and I might be picking it up wrong, but wow, look at that. Plus it's got a slip. That's unexpected. The next one is now John did mention this to me. It's VFW and Bliss, a double bill, and it's a double feature. It's a region B release, and I don't know where. A lot of these I don't know where they're from. I'm going to say with that certificate there, this must be an Australian release, and I'm excited. Actually, I've heard quite a bit about this film, so I'm quite. I don't know anything about the other one, Bliss. Sleazy rock and roll vampire fable. That sounds right up my alley. So that's brilliant. Nice sort of. I think I might keep that on if I can. The shrink wrap on it. This is good. Wait till you see what's coming though, because I know what's at the end of this. The next. The next one is A Pistol for Ringo, or the Return of Ringo. 2 films by Duccio Tessari. Wow, sorry about that. Pronunciation is probably absolutely terrible. Now, this is it's obviously it's a spaghetti western, and these ones here are. I always think that especially when I see a narrow spaghetti western, I usually find them very interesting, very watchable. This is one that's probably slipped through my radar, and it might be one of these. Some of these might be out of print actually, and like I say, John's probably upgraded, or he's got a different version of this. Sometimes he picks up 2 versions of it, but he's probably thinning out his collection a little bit and looking to give some away. And I'm so glad he's done this to me, as he's done in the past quite a few times for John. And he's as I pointed out when I say this is gifted to me by Hallgos73. This is the type of thing that I do get from him from time to time when I see him. He's, like I say, he's great for that. This next one is now I've seen a lot of people unboxing these type of ones. This is the New Kids, but this is the one from, I'm going to say who releases these, what company is it? I'm not too sure who it is, but it's definitely it's an American release, but it's meant to look like an old VHS. It's like a retro cover. Now I've seen loads of people having these in America, but I've never seen one in the flesh. Now I have. That's brilliant. That it's a really nice touch, I find, and I have heard good things about the New Kids. Never seen it, but I know it's been released by 101 Films. Maybe that's why John's upgraded. But I'm quite interested to see this because I'd never heard of it. But when I heard a lot of people talking about it, I thought it's got to be good. There's got to be something about it. So the next one is The Fly 2 Special Edition. Now, it's funny about this because I've been looking recently. A lot of people seem to be getting the Fly box set from America. Maybe John's got one himself. I might ask him about that. But I might do a couple of texts to John tonight. I'm going to text him tonight anyway. But what I might do is I might give him a few texts about some of these to say, have you got the box set of this? Because this is a film, I've seen this a long time ago, and I did quite enjoy it. The same with, there's another film that I think is a good sequel, but it's not very much talked about. But The Fly 2, like Father Like Son, is not a bad film at all. And actually, I'm really eager to see this film. It's been one of the ones where I thought, from time to time, I'd love to see that film, because I do like the original Fly from David Cronenberg. Obviously the remake, but I class it as his original Fly. That's a sequel to that one. Wow. Lots of surprises here. The next one is The Whip and the Body. Now, I believe is this Mario Bava, yes. I'm a big fan of Mario Bava. Funny enough, John was the person who turned me on to Mario Bava. He said, do you want to see some of these films? And I said, I haven't even heard of him. I heard of Lombardo Bava, but when I got into his stuff, Mario Bava's, I was really amazed by how good they are. Now, this one here stars Christopher Lee and Delilah Lavi, and it's a UK release. And I did see this a few times in HMV, wanted to pick it up, but didn't actually pick it up. But wow, The Whip and the Body. This is something else. And so that's, yep, that's the last of the titles. Okay, now that's amazing. That now look at this for things that you get. Now those are, I would say those are all great titles, and ones that I would definitely want to watch. It's not as if I'm getting them and thinking, well, not really too bothered about that. These are absolutely brilliant, and I want to thank John once again for thinking of me and gifting these to me, because I really do appreciate them. And John's given me a great deal on this particular version, and I'll show you why he wanted to sell it, and also what he's done as well. So when I open this, with lots of bubble wrap, which is always a great thing to have, isn't it? You can't have enough bubble wrap, can you? And also, to give a little bit of the game away, this is inside. Leave them over there for a second. And this is what's in the box. Any ideas? I have to do this without, that's it. It is the Friday the 13th box set. Now this is just absolutely stunning to have this in the flesh. To hold this after seeing it so many times, and then after countless unboxings, me thinking I need to get this. I really do. And here it is in the flesh, in good condition. Now John said we'll have a rattle in there, which is fair enough. I knew about that. And John, like I say, John's given me this for a great price. I'm so pleased and thankful for what John's done for me in this finding this amazing set. I do, obviously, I always watch Friday the 13th probably once every 2 years, all the way through, and have a good time with them all the time. Sometimes change my opinions on some of the films, and sometimes I just go with my original. Sometimes one might stick out a lot more than it does in previous times, or one might drop down a little bit in the list. So the box itself is in beautiful condition. It's still sealed, but there is a rattler in there. Now also what John did, apart from just saying there you are, there's it, there is the box, but obviously you've got 3 discs that need corrected, because you know that there's a bit of a problem with 3 of the discs, with a few sort of minor issues. John Hall has sent away and got me the 3 discs as well. So those are the 3 proper discs that will be going in there in the favour of the discs that have got them slight little issues with them. There's Friday the 13th part 3, Friday the 13th part 10, Jason X, although it's never called part 10, is it? And there is Jason Goes to Hell part 9. These are the corrected discs. So that is just absolutely brilliant to think that I've got all of this. I don't think I can actually physically hold this up in one go. I'm going to give it a try, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to go more into these. But there you go. If that's not a score, I don't know what is. So I will see you in the next part, but one word: wow. Okay, so now we've got a bit light on the go. Let's look at these again. And I want to thank John Hall once again for giving me these things as a subscriber mail. I can't thank him enough. I'm so appreciative of what he's given us here. It's just amazing when I'm looking at them here, it's just an amazing thing to have. In essence, never mind everything else he's done for us with a Friday the 13th box set. But so let's look at these in a bit more light, better light. So Creepshow 2, this is the Region A Creepshow 2 from America. And it has the booklet in it, and also booklet, and it has a reversible reversible cover, which I might be swapping over. I don't know, because my 88 films cover is that cover, so I might keep the cover that I've got on here just so I can look at them whenever I want. You get a nice booklet with that, and I think all the extras are exactly the same as the English one. It's just Region A locked. So that's Creepshow 2. And the next one is wrongly said it's called What Have They Done to Our Daughters? It's What Have They Done to Your Daughters? Now I think this is it said it's a bit of a semi-sequel to the quite dark film What Have They Done to Solange, and this one here, it says it's even darker than What Have They Done to Solange. So yeah, that's that beckons to say that it's going to be some kind of a pretty good gruesome film. Also, I don't think you can't get this one in the UK. It hasn't been released over here. I do think there's some quite strong material in here which would fall very much foul of the censors in UK. So I believe that's why it still remains not released in the UK. But you get this art card here, the Sartana art card, and you also get a booklet. This is amazing as well, the fact that these would have all been bought you know, a day of purchase. So John's given me these. As not only has he given me these, I've also got probably the best version of this film that you would get. So yeah, What Have They Done to Your Daughters? And I think it's from 1974, this. Yes, and it's I can't wait to watch that one. Actually, it's been on my I want to watch list for quite a while. Is it 1974? Yes, it is. So the next one, when John had sent me this one, I was thinking, I did kind of half know the film, and I didn't think it was the film that I thought it was, but it was the film I thought it was, starring Dragon Lee, and also a fella called John Louis, Lou. Now this is a widescreen version of a film that I've already got, actually, because I thought it rang a bit of a bell. And this one here is horribly pan and scanned. I got it from the pound shop for £1, obviously, just because it was a Dragon Lee film. I really like Dragon Lee there. And this one is a widescreen version of that one. Now this is released on a label called Grab It. Now, as you know, you don't expect much from a Poundland DVD film, but the fact it's on a label called Grab It makes you think, wow, when you look at it, what was I even expecting on it? But the pan scan here is atrocious. But this is meant to be a full 235 widescreen. Interestingly enough, this is 15 and this one's an 18. So is there anything extra in this one? I really doubt it, but you never know. So that's quite an interesting thing. I might have to find out for myself, although that means I'll have to watch the horribly pan and scanned film again, which is not on high on my list. The next one was Magic with Anthony Hopkins. Now this film, as I touched on before, it's so great for the dummy in here, who is called Fats, and the dummy gradually takes over Anthony Hopkins, but it's done in a really good way. It's not exploitational. It's not one of these, you could say there's a lot of new dummy films out there, or doll films out there, possessed dolls. You've got Chucky, of course you've got Chucky, but this film here is a bit more psychological, and it's all the better for it. And this is on a UK Blu-ray. Obviously this is the American Blu-ray. I believe it's still got a lot of features on here, and I think all the features are more or less similar to what you would get on the Second Sight. I think it's released by Second Sight in the UK. So if you haven't seen this film, I'll urge you to get it, because this doll here, Fats, needs to be seen to be believed. It's so and obviously Anthony Hopkins is great in whatever he does, and he plays a really good part in here. The fact that he's quite a shy bloke, and does he live his life through the dummy? Is the dummy really taking over him? Is the dummy possessed? Who knows until you watch this film. Okay, so I urge you to get this. It's an absolutely brilliant film, and one that I've seen quite recently, and I do every time I watch it, I do enjoy it a lot. And it's a film that doesn't get much attention, it doesn't get much love, but the people who have seen Magic will know what they're talking about, what I'm talking about. And also when I saw it on release, when I saw it probably in video shops or on TV, I was quite surprised at how much this film got to me. So that's good, isn't it? You can get, I don't know if I'm frightened, but it does get in your mind, that one, Magic. The next one was 88 films, the 8 diagram pole fighter. What a mouthful. And this was shrink wrapped, obviously, and it's got a lovely slipcase on it. I do think if it's got reversible art, I might swap yes, it has got reversible art. I might swap it over, because I like to do that. If I've got that version there, then why would I not have the reversible art so you can see it? It's also got a nice poster in here, which I'm quite surprised with, because I don't think many of these 88 ones carry a poster with it. That's really nice, that. Plus it doesn't get too many folds in it, so you could straighten that one out to look quite decent. Nice poster, that. Nice picture. And I'm sure I was right when I thought that this fella here was in the 36 chambers of Shaolin, which is it 36 chambers or 36 Shaolin chambers? One of the two. So that'll go in with my Asian collection. And lovely slip case, and also I've kept the cling film on. I try to keep it on as much as I can, so even if it comes off eventually, it doesn't matter, because it's protected my slip case for that little bit longer. So that's a really and one that I don't think I ever saw in the shops, although it must have been in the shops. I don't even know if you can get it now, but I love that cover. So the next one here is a double pack, and this is a Australian release. Now, what I did was, it's from Umbrella. You could turn it round, the cover round, so it's got the same cover on, but you don't get any of the certification stickers on there, which are quite large on the Australian stuff, and the ones in the UK are getting bigger as well, which I'm not really too keen. I know a lot of people don't like the fact that these 18s and the 15s just seem to be getting larger. I know they're different now, but I don't think they're better. They should be a bit smaller, if I'm honest, or they should be removable. They're just, especially on special editions, you should be able to take them off, which you can on most of them, but not all of them. So I don't know too much about these films. I think they're from 2019, and I think they're from the same director, Joe Begos. So I'm interested in seeing them, and I don't know anything about them, but I have heard quite a few people talking about this film. I don't know if you can get this in the UK. I don't think you can, actually. I can maybe get Bliss on is it on Arrow? I think it is, or Second Sight. I know it is definitely out. The next one is the Ringo, two films by Duccio Tessari, and it's like the Ringo collection. These are two spaghetti western films, and there's an old thing for A Fish Called Wanda. In our card you do get a nice booklet in there, and you get a reversible cover, which I think I'm going to stick with the cover that's on, because I do like it, although I do like these covers. That looks like original artwork. This is from Mill Creek, and this is the New Kids. You can get this on the 101 label in UK in a special edition, but this one here is more like, I think Mill Creek do ones a little bit bare boned, but the main thing about this is that cover. Now I've seen these online, as I said, and I've never seen one in the flesh, and to be honest, I just think it just looks really good. I'm really glad that I've got it. I'm really glad I've got this on this label, this slip cover. I just think it looks amazing, and you've got alternative artwork there as well. So I'm really glad I got that, and to be honest, it is something that has struck me as, when I saw them, I thought it looked like a good range. I don't know if I'll ever collect the whole range of these titles, but I do like the fact that I've got one that I can see, and I can look at the cover, and if I can get it back in. So yeah, so isn't that good? And that's about as retro as you can get. It does effectively mess with your eye a little bit. So there you go. Mill Creek's The New Kids. Like I say, I haven't checked any of these out, but I will be checking them out after this video, and I will be going through them and seeing what they're like. So probably in my end of the month haul, I'll go take you through a few of these. Now the next one is a one that I didn't know I was getting. Maybe if John had mentioned this, I forgot about it. Way back in the day, but it's The Fly 2. Now, if I'm honest, and this must be an Australian release as well, and it's on the VVE label, I'm going to say. And does it say Madman as well? I don't know anything about this label here. I don't have many Australian releases actually, although I do rate them. I do remember seeing this on release in the video shop, and then I haven't seen it since. So it's one of them films that I thought I'd love to go back to that, and you just kind of get it in the UK for some reason. I just don't know why. But I'm so interested in seeing this film. This is probably the first one I'm going to watch out of this lot that John's gifted to us. So yeah, I didn't remember liking it. So, and I do hear a lot of people saying good things about it. They don't say it was awful or anything like that. I don't think it's a cash-in, but I just want it. That's going to be me top one I'm going to watch. And the last one that John gave it in the section where he said these were like doubles, or ones that he'd got a better version of something on it, is The Whip and the Body. Now this is from Mario Bava, and I think it's from 1965, and it's released by I'm trying to think who the company is. It says OEG Classic Movies. Never really heard of them actually, but you got a nice booklet in there. And I do like Mario Bava. I do think he's got an eye for cinema, especially gothic horror, sort of some, not really exploitation, but they do get that way in a little bit. But if anyone's not really seen Mario Bava films, I do urge you to get into Mario Bava, because usually his films are like absolutely amazing, and you will not be disappointed with them in any way, shape or form. Okay, so that's a run through of those discs. Like I say, I'm going to have a look through them probably at the end of the month when I tell you what I've got for the end of the month. I will probably maybe mention a couple of things about the picture quality on them. So getting the picture quality, or just the next thing is obviously the Friday the 13th box set. Now this, I still kept the shrink wrap on, but I've cut the thing out, so I've had the discs out, and it's absolutely brilliant. Actually, it feels a bit smaller than I thought, which is a good thing. So it's not clumpy at all. The discs in it are individually in their own boxes, and they are in a single case, but I think the cases are slim, so that's good. It keeps the sort of size of it down to a bit, but it also means that you've got the whole lot separately, and it means it's a bit more of a, I think it's a bit of a better set than if you had them all on 2 on 1 disc or whatever, or in, you know, like a smaller box set, which I'll talk about a little bit in 2 seconds to do with something else, because I want to tell you how it compares to the other one that was released of a box set in a way of Friday the 13th. But this is just absolutely brilliant. So when I went through the box set, I thought to myself, what does it look like in comparison to this set here? Now this is the US 8 movie collection of Friday the 13th, from Friday the 13th 1 till 8. Well, obviously this compares better because it's got the whole lot on and not just 1 to 8. Now as well, what I did notice on watching these through straight away was when these discs are put onto there's 2 films on 1 disc on some of these releases. I'm going to say maybe it starts at Friday the 13th 5 and 6, 6 and 7, no sorry, 7 till 8. Anyway, there's a few on my mathematics. There's a few on 2 on 1 disc, and when I watched this, I thought the set was great, and I didn't think there was anything the matter with the picture quality. But the ones that have been doubled up on here, they are on separate discs on here, and they do look a lot better for being on separate discs. So I'm going to say maybe Friday the 13th part 5, 6, 7, 8 look much better on here than they do on this box set. So that's quite a revelation actually. Now this is region 0, so I can put this into my 4K player and upscale it a touch. So therefore, the picture quality on 1, 2, 3 and 4 in here are vastly improved from any other Blu-ray I've seen. But with it being upscale this box set, the picture quality on the colour on 1, 2 and 4 look a bit better on this one. But the film that looks the most not upscale, but the one that looks the best from the previous one is Friday the 13th part 3. In some places now, Friday the 13th part 3 has always looked a bit lower on the quality. I think that's probably got to do with the fact that it was shot in 3D and it hasn't been, you can't transfer that too well from the negatives, I believe. So what you've got here is you've got the remaster, the proper remaster of Friday the 13th part 3D. Now that's great for me because I've always loved that film, and also it is, but it's still not pristine, not like the other ones are. Now as well, Friday the 13th part 2 looks really, really good. Friday the 13th part 1 has always looked good. It looks really good on that other box set. It looks great on here. But Friday the 13th Part 2 is one that I thought, wow, that's much better than I thought. And also Friday the 13th Part 4 is really good as well. I know these have all had a bit of a remastering, which you can tell, but for some reason the edge on the early ones, apart from 3, seems to be with this disc, until it starts to put 2 on one disc, and then you go straight back to this, thinking this is much better. But in essence, this has got a lot of extras on it, but it does fall short, because it's not everything in one box, which is the best thing you can want from anything, to get one thing in one box. I was talking to John Hall after when we were talking to each other, and he said the only thing missing out of here, if they'd had this in, which would have been great to have this collected in it, to put into this set, is the Crystal Lake Memories disc. If you haven't seen this one, do go and get it, because it's just absolutely amazing. You've got to see this stuff with this. It's kind of a companion piece to this set, but to me, if it was in here, it would make this set the best thing ever. It's not, but I'm not taking anything away from this set. This set is amazing, because John has went away and sent for the other replacement discs. They are now in the box, so this disc is completely, right up to date. It's corrected. The whole thing is exactly how we'd want it. Will I be putting it on the shelves? I don't know yet, because I don't want to put it on the shelf and sort of have it a little bit. I don't think it's going to be too high, but I don't want it sort of getting, it's because it's come the corners and everything, it's all pristine condition, so I don't want to, not scrape it, but I don't want to maybe put it on the shelves and get a bit of a shelf line in it. So it might go in the cupboard with the other sort of big sets, but that doesn't matter. Because whatever happens is I always want to keep these things in the best possible condition. So to me, because this is in such amazing condition, I would like to stay that way. Now what I'll be doing this set is, I will be watching it on this set. I'll be watching the whole thing all the way through, and then I'm going to rank them and see. Now this might be a month away, but I'm going to rank these films in what I want to, what they would be on the time. I do watch this series quite regularly. It is my favourite series franchise in horror, without a shadow of a doubt. I can't, even though they've got the pitfalls and some of them are a little bit, laughable at times, or a little bit disappointing. To me, this is just everything that you could want in horror. But I will rank these and do a ranking video on them and see. You might get some surprises with me ranking as well. Okay, so thanks very much for watching this video. Appreciate you watching, and I really appreciate John Hall sending me this, getting this thing for me at a really good price, and also because this is another thing that I saw getting unboxed loads of times, and I thought, wow, this is something I didn't really think I would get, but now I'm so glad I've got it. And I thought, I just need this set. And of course, if you don't get it and it goes to the scalpers, then you're just paying ridiculous money for it. But thankfully that didn't happen, thanks to my good friend John Hall, Hallgos73, who I would love to think would be on my channel next year. And also, if he got himself a channel, that would be excellent. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Take care.